baby cries in the darkness. The sound carries across a frozen ice age night. Beyond the firelight, the world is dangerous. And somewhere out there, predators are listening. The infant cannot run or defend itself. Compared to most animals, human babies are extraordinarily helpless. Yet humans survived and became the dominant species on Earth. So how did ancient humans keep babies alive in a world like this? At 3 a.m. today, the same scene repeats. Baby cries. One person gets up, sometimes two, everyone else sleeps, and survival collapses onto a single exhausted body. Feeding, carrying, soothing, repeating. It raises a question. Was this always how humans raised children, or did something change? Because in nature, most newborn animals are quickly mobile. Deer stand within minutes. Horses walk almost immediately. Chimpanzees cling at birth. But human babies cannot stand or survive alone for years. So why are humans different? The answer is biology, not weakness. The human brain is too large to fully develop before birth. So evolution made a trade. Shorter pregnancy, earlier birth. But what arrives is a child that requires years of constant care. A problem evolution still had to solve, and the solution was not one parent, not even two. Across anthropology, humans are described as cooperative breeders. Children were never meant to be raised alone. They were meant to be raised in groups, many caregivers, shared responsibility. The child belonged to a network, not a single individual. We still see traces of this today. Among the Hadza of Tanzania, infants are passed between caregivers throughout the day. Mother, grandmother, sibling, aunt, different arms constantly. Researchers see this as a living reflection of an older human system, a system built on networks, not isolation. Now imagine an ancient camp, people moving, food being gathered, tools being made. A mother cannot hunt or forage while constantly holding a baby, so care is shared. The child moves from one set of arms to another as part of daily life, not occasionally but continuously. If one person tried to carry the full burden alone, the system would collapse. And something remarkable happens when a baby is carried. Crying decreases, heart rate slows, the body settles almost instantly. This is called the transport response, a built-in survival mechanism shared across mammals. A 2013 study from Japan's RIKEN Center for Brain Science confirmed it. When a caregiver walks while holding a crying baby, the infant's heart rate drops and crying stops within minutes. Movement and contact signal safety. Stillness becomes calm. In an ancient world filled with danger, this response mattered. A quiet, carried baby was far more likely to survive. Another clue appears in human lifespan. Human females often live long after reproduction ends. In most species, this offers no clear evolutionary advantage. But in humans, it does. This is where the grandmother hypothesis comes in. Anthropologist Kristen Hawkes, studying the Hadza, noticed something unexpected. Older women, past reproductive age, were still heavily involved in survival. They foraged for food, cared for grandchildren, and reduced pressure on mothers, and they directly increased child survival. In some cases, a child's survival depended more on a grandmother's effort than on the mother's alone. One large demographic study found that women who lived longer past menopause produced significantly more surviving grandchildren. These are not random patterns. They are signs of a system. For a long time, human survival was explained through the idea of man the hunter, but modern research shifted that view. In many societies, grandmothers had the strongest measurable impact on child survival, stronger, in some cases, than fathers. It reframed human survival entirely. It takes a village to raise a child was never advice, it was a description. Human children require constant care, protection, and shared attention across years. No single adult was ever biologically designed to carry that burden alone, so responsibility was distributed across the group. A study from the University of Zurich goes further, suggesting that cooperative childcare may have played a role in human evolution itself. Shared caregiving could have enabled larger brains by reducing survival pressure on mothers. In other words, the village didn't just support human evolution. It may have helped make it possible, which brings us back to today. Modern parenting often compresses this ancient system into one or two people. Limited support, high exhaustion, isolation, a mismatch between biology and environment. The evidence is clear that humans were never designed to raise children alone. The question is whether modern life still provides the network our biology evolved to expect. For most of human history, it did. And that is why any of us are here today. The system that kept us alive was never a parent. It was people.